coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Isaac Orindo. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jalen Petrie there on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Man in motion, out of the slot. Here's Gorindo on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 3rd down, Purdy. He's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the first.
So here we go. This is that aggressive mindset they've been talking about. They're going for it here. They're going to go. It's Purdy. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on downs.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There's not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. This is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Working inside the red zone. And it's close, but he's not going to score. Out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be 1st and goal.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Mixon. Can't push it across. They make the stand. It looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this, too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it, because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Mix it again. And he gets nothing here. The defense stands strong. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
When you get stuff like that on a second down run, the focus kind of shifts from getting a first down to just giving your punter enough room to get the ball out.
2 yards away from a touchdown to begin this game. Here's 3rd and goal. On the gun, Stroud. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans get a perfect start. They've got up 6-0. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big one tight end.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10.
Get set, get set. 18!
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And the Texans have it. Only a little bit of a run after he recovered the fumble, but their offense is going to be happy as they take over possession.
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14.
18! What's up?
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. '49ers to the line. 1st and 10. Play action now. Purdy. This is a heater going deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the 49ers tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Cuts right. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Naimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. From the gun is Purdy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Connection made to Isaac Gurindo. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. From the gun, Gurindo. On the move, past the 40. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that gives the 49ers the first. Looking quickly here. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. All set to go now from the 35. First down, Purdy to throw. Texans closing in, and they get to him. And that draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Throwing from the gun. He puts some juice on it deep. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers trim the lead to 1. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the 49ers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
11.
Shotgun now, first round. Well secured by Jaden Higgins. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. Offense in the hurry up here.
14 yards. And the Texans first down.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And apparently he sees no other option than to get rid of it on what is the final play of our 1st quarter. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that 1st quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They start out 2nd and 10. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
All right. 118. What's up?
Throw here, third down. And he's past the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a second quarter lead.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
49ers 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
San Francisco to the line. It's first and 10. Off the play fake. Purdy. Lasers this one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Now Purdy. He's looking deep once again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They'll air it out on third. He's trying to go deep again. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans take over as he records his 10th career INT. Man, not a lot of arms in the league can deliver that throw from half the field away. Unfortunately, it ends up with the other team.
Yeah, not many today, Kate, and I would argue not many in the history of the game. It's a short list. I put Jeff George, John Elway, Jay Schrader had an absolute cannon. But you also got to have the smarts to know when to unleash a rope like that. Decision-making, not nearly as qualified as the pure arm talent on that throw.
Throwing is Stroud. There's a man downfield. It's Collins. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. All set to go now from the 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 around to Mixon. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right.
Stroud. Flush down out to his left. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there, and some lucky fan and haul in a heck of a souvenir.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
Here we go. 118. What's up?
On third and long, it's Stroud. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's fourth down.
I've talked to you over the years. You transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On third down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
A 55-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and And he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty big kick for him. Actually, a new season long. And when you do that, guess what happens? You're going to get called upon from that distance yet again.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground. Here's Garindo. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner to the 48. Offense up to the line fast.
And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Pretty throwing here on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. And he's not going to escape this. The Texans take him down. Goes to the hurry up here.
It's 3rd down.
Third and long. Purdy bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, they're on it, but he's dropped again. A couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And it's going to be brought down up at the 31. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. Strad to throw on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
1st down, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Texans in front here at NRG. Throwing again, it's Stroud. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
To the air on 3rd and long. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This kicks down inside the 35-yard line. Give him 24 yards on that one. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
1st down. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Again, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The 49ers will call their third and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
Here we go. Tony.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Getting out to his left. He's going to run for it. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Stroud throwing here on first. 49ers close it in, and down he goes. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down's coming up.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
On the move, headed right. Taking a chance to the end zone. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Picked by Marquise Siegel. And the 49ers are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Niners to the line. First and 10. Purdy throwing here. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Purdy now on second and 10. Into the hands of Kittle. And finally, they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that means it'll be first down San Francisco. We've set it down from 37. First down throw by Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the 4th sack of the game right there brings up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. On the return, it's Jalen Moore. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Nixon on the toss. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be first down, Houston.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on the play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, it's certainly more exciting for all of us to watch, too.
This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 31. First down throw by Stroud. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. We've got to send him back to the drawing board now for second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here we go. 18. Outside. Slow. Hey, uno more. Hey, uno. Hey.
Back to the air they go on second. Stroud rolling left, buying some time. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. He picks up 5 on that 1st down run, brings up 2nd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
From the gun, Stroud headed out right. And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Going after it, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead.
31, 49ers 14. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Chased out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer. Extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Purdy. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. And almost someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who senses the need for a splash play and delivers.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Stroud. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Well, the QB made something happen. He got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Stroud now on 3rd. Escapes out to the left. That's the line he's going to run for it. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans parlay the interception into points.